Before I start playing, I wanted to talk about an issue that Rivals fundamentally has, I think, that they need to address at some point soon. And if they don't, then I think the game might actually die. And I want to start, as I say this, I want to say like the main issues that Rivals has. And I want to first off say I'm by no means like a high elo player. I'm not like a celestial. I'm not one above all. Um, but I'm also someone that does play the game and has friends that play the game, and then also has friends that used to play the game a lot and stopped playing the game because of these issues, right? And these issues also seep into quick play because, like, for the most part, when I was playing this game with my friends, it would only be like quick play, right? And even in general, I mainly play quick play, and this is like the main season besides 3.5, I believe, where I actually played like a decent amount of ranked. And even then, I'd probably have more, comparably, extremely more quick play games played than ranked, obviously. Um, but I'm kind of yapping, but essentially what I'm trying to say is that the community for Marvel Rivals might actually be the worst community for any live stream game. And it's probably worse than Prime Overwatch. It's probably worse than COD in some ways back in the day. Uh, and when I say that, I don't just mean the people that, like insult you in like chat after games and things like that. That's like whatever, because at the end of the day, those are just like words that people say when they're salty. But I think the bigger issue is the quantity of games that get thrown either directly or indirectly by someone that's like griefing, whether it's intentional or not. I think this doesn't go far back, but I think this is one of the games, right? So if I go to this game, I mean you can look at the stat line, right? So I'm playing support, and I'm mainly a tank main, but I also like play support and DPS. And we didn't start on triple support. We were like, I think it was either solo, yeah, solo tank strange, or tank Deadpool actually. And this guy Tortsol essentially decides, like from minute one of the game, that he's going to, troll this game. Like initially, I think he locked, I don't know which character. He locked a character, and then he went Storm, right? Like from spawn. And I thought at first that he was positioning himself poorly because he was dying a lot when the team was staying alive. Like you can see, like this fight's over for us essentially, and he's already dead, right? But this kind of continues as like a pattern throughout the entire game, right? He's dying over and over, and then he swamps to Spider-Man in the middle rounds. We won this first round, by the way, like essentially being in like a 5v6, and he wasn't saying anything except for like making like rude noises in voice chat. And then second round, I think he swamped to Spider-Man at some point, maybe. I don't know the exact point in which he did, but actually maybe it was third round, but either way, third round, at this point he was, like negative or very close to negative, like a lot of deaths. He's playing Spidey and VP, and we ask him to like fill in some way so we can have like a good team comp, right? And mind you, like the people on our team were way nicer than they actually could have been to this person, right? Like they weren't insulting him at all, and he just like he goes in like instantly, just dies every single time, right? And he just continues to troll this game, and we end up losing. Uh, and I think he finished what, like 14-13. And stats wise, like, yeah, he had 6 final hits, but like if you're watching the game, he's obviously throwing. Um, and then another game I think was this game, right? Here's another game where I think we lost. Like we let the team. I don't think they full capped. I think they got what, 2 points maybe, or maybe even 1 point, or maybe they did full cap. But either way, it doesn't matter. Like we finished around with the other team on offense and us on defense, and this over solar person like decides to just leave, right? Because they've had enough, I guess. Like they were playing well, but the rest of the team was like, I guess, doing mid. So he just leaves, obviously, and yeah, so he leaves, and I think we FF after that. And I don't know if how many games he's played since then, but um, the points lost is kind of similar to like the points that he lost is very similar to the points that we lost, right? And another game of that is like where maybe it's this, yeah, this game, yeah. So this game, we're on defense, and other team has like the other team gets first point like pretty fast, right? So this guy leaves, offer it, and then before that round is over, our support leaves, Fernelius, and it doesn't show that um on this status board for some reason. But so we're down two. We're in a 4v6, and we have the opportunity to surrender, so we do, right? And I think I was checking the other day when this happened, and the amount of points that I lost was essentially like the same as these two people who left the game like minutes earlier and literally just threw the game for no reason, right? And even in this game, it doesn't look like it from the stat line because he has the most final hits in the lobby besides Moon Knight. But this Chapapotes dude, uh, he decided to throw for the first round because apparently his team banned his magic because he was trying to ban someone else's fantastic, right? He was intentionally like dying and stuff in the first round, and we ended up winning this game in overtime eventually. But when he started trying, but regardless, like the point is that when you have a game that doesn't punish people for throwing at all, and you have a game that doesn't punish people for being toxic at all, then you're going to create like a cesspool of players that think that they can get away with anything, and they will say and do anything. Because, you know, if I'm losing a game and I think my team is trash, then why would I not just dodge, or why would I not like leave early and lose like a certain amount of points? Like there's no incentive to not do that. And then in quick play, like if you leave like 2 games in a row, you get banned for like whatever amount of time. And the fact that like quick play um enforcement is like harsher than the ranked is, I think, a fundamental issue, right? Um and I think a bit of it like also seeps into quick play. Like you have dudes that'll just run games down in quick play. And I mean that's whatever, 'cause it's not a serious game mode, I guess. But uh yeah, so yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm just kind of talk I'm just kind of ranting about rivals right now. How are you doing? But essentially uh the main point I'm trying to make is I don't know what they're going to do for season 7, but they need to lock down on punishing people for like leaving games and for throwing games and for being just toxic in general. Like I don't care if they need to like IP ban people at this point. Like there's a large amount of the community that is so bad that it makes this game unbearable to play a lot of the time. And it's kind of an unrelated issue, I guess. Maybe it is, but uh what I also wanted to talk about, like a separate issue, is about uh triple support, right? Uh, Besides like toxicity of this game, I would say triple support and how easy it is to gain value from it is probably the most cancerous thing to ever exist in this game. And it gets worse somehow every season, even though triple support has always kind of been a thing. I started playing in season 1.5, I think, at the end. And there's times where triple support has been really, really strong. Even though it's like always strong, but there's times where it's better, I think. And the nice thing was like in quick play, people wouldn't initially go triple support like very often. But it's gotten to a point where like even in quick play, uh like people will either roll out on triple support, they'll swap to triple support if they're losing like one fight, or they'll do those type of things, right? And at one point, do you have to understand that even in quick play, if this becomes like a common event, you're gonna be throwing away so many people that want to play this game. Like I have a lot of friends that play this game and they haven't played in a while, or they don't play as often because of like issues like that. Like triple support, I don't know how they'll do it, but in some way they need to address it and make some adjustments. Like like I said, I'm not a high elo player. I'm like Diamond 1 right now. But even in like ranked games you see it and it's bad. Or if you watch like the higher ranked streamers, like if you watch like Boger for example, or like Kaiji, those dudes like that, Necros, like you're gonna see a lot of the time people are gonna be running stuff like, Loki, Mantis, Gambit, or it's some form of like a team comp that has Mantis in that, right? And obviously the Loki team up with that is pretty good. And I think it's fine to have like comps that can work a certain way, but I don't think it's a good idea to have like those comps be so strong to the point where it incentivizes you to play something exactly the same or like likewise, and you're eliminating essentially, like so if you go to the DPS like cast, you're getting rid of so many players that you can play, or so many heroes you can choose in the DPS role because of triple support. And there's just some DPS that are outright terrible in the triple support. And I don't want to say that like not every character needs to fit a certain, like needs to fit every single team comp, right? That's fine. But when you're seeing the exact same team comps over and over, like even in like lower ranked lobbies, because of how strong like triple support and those type of things are in general, then I think that NetEase needs to understand that there probably is a fundamental issue. When you have people like some of the biggest streamers, right? So the biggest streamers that I would say got like really, really popular off of Rivals and probably enjoy the game, I'm assuming. If they're playing the game like significantly less because of like the issues of this game, then that's an issue for NetEase. And they're probably aware of that. I don't know if they are, but they have to be, right. Um, but if you're losing the biggest people that can promote your game, or if they're not happy playing this game, then you're losing a large percent of like the fan base that are like, kids that look up to streamers and things like that, or they pay attention to what these streamers say. You're losing not only the influencers, but also like the people who get influenced by those influencers, right? And like obviously that's not a good thing to happen. So I guess I'm kind of like rambling, but the point is that like these are two of the biggest issues I think that Rivals has, and it's been an issue for a while, and I don't know how it's gonna be fixed. I don't know when it'll be fixed. I don't know if it'll be fixed. But if it doesn't get fixed, then this game will actually just fall off like harder than almost any game ever. I know it's been out for like a year, but I don't think that they should underestimate how ready people are to move on from this game if they continue with the same I guess like slop that's kind of been happening recently. Like at the end of the day, like I play this game a lot just for fun, really. With a lot of my friends, even I enjoy it. But I think that uh, there's a certain amount of respect that NetEase needs to have for the people that play this game in terms of creating like a good experience. Like there shouldn't be, at this point there shouldn't be repeat bans when Gambit's gonna be perma banned and teams are just gonna waste like 2 ban slots on Gambit, right? Like that should not be a thing. And you also should not have like triple support be so stifling. I don't know how else to word it, and people can word that like a lot better than me, I would say. But I think there's nothing more AIDS than playing against triple support in quick play. Because like obviously quick play's for fun and the game doesn't last long and you just want to have fun, right? But I think I also find winning to be fun, like even in quick play. So it's actually just so tiring to see like a team pull up with like Punisher, Ultron triple support, or Mantis triple support, and just pocket like Punisher as if he's like their own baby, and you can't even get close to him. Like who enjoys that? Like the team that's going against that obviously won't enjoy it. I'm sure the only person who does enjoy that in that scenario is like the Punisher, but this is not like a fun thing. It shouldn't be a thing, right? So at some point they're gonna have to address that. And kind of unrelated, but a couple days ago, I think, I don't know if it was like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, someone that was literally cheating for like days quite literally hit rank 1 in Marvel Rivals. Like I think I saw a game where they were playing Hawkeye and they had like what, like an 88% crit rate. Like I don't care if they're on like holiday or whatever. Like there is no way that this person should ever be allowed to do that. Like not even, they shouldn't even be like top 100. Like that's like what are we doing in that aspect? Like the fact that this guy actually just hit rank 1 before like having his account banned just shows that the competitive integrity of this game is actually just a joke. Like, is there even competitive integrity in this game? And I'm not even just talking about like the people, or this guy himself, but like the people that enabled him to do that. Like for example, like a Mantis damage boosting him when he's playing TPS. Like how shameless is that? Like I don't care because this doesn't affect me because I'm not one of them all. In terms of like, oh, I'm not gonna go against this dude, but like come on, like let's be like how toxic of a community do we have to actually like aid a cheater in cheating and not like punish one? This is why I say like this game cannot be taken as seriously competitively as Overwatch. Not even just because Overwatch has been out for a while and has like a good scene, but just because it's a completely different, like, I think fundamental way of how they made the games. And I don't think that Rivals needs to be the same level as competitive as Overwatch, but if like if they're gonna spend so much money onto, you know, like a competitive scene, and they're like, I think they're in like preseason right now, and they revamped like everything, and there's like a whole like league. If they care about all of that, then how can they also say that they care about like competitive integrity in general when like someone that was cheating literally hit rank 1? They were playing like an entire day. What's up, Mark? But either way, I'm like ranting a little bit, but like the point is that this game is kind of like shambolic in so many ways, but has potential to be like really good. But I just think that I don't know who it is that specifically works and everything besides Xeon, but they need to like lock in. Like I'm not saying to fire Xeon, but like if people have had the same issues over and over, and you need to address that. I just missed everything. But an example of that would be like uh Gambit, like recently. So if you're gonna ask like people to play the game, well, like the main issue they have with Gambit is it would obviously be like his ult. It does too much. But instead of like nerfing his actual ult, in 6.5 they nerfed like the amount of like anti-heal it is like anti-heal cards do or something like that. And they also I think they made him 250 HP. They did nothing to his ult. I don't know if they're saving that for season 7, but like at some point, like if they don't address the fundamental issues that people have with these characters, then and just keep like nerfing random like things about these characters, then like how oblivious do they need to be, and you have to hold them accountable to that, right? Like you, and even for example, like Emma Frost, like for the longest while, she was actually a terrorist, right? Because of like mainly because of like two things, like her diamond form is strong, and then also that like at full charge her beam kind of just shreds, and it was very oppressive to like other tanks. But instead of like addressing the two issues that they had in terms of like the damage output or like the oppressiveness, what they did is just make her cooldown for her diamond form like super long. Like how does that like how dumb is that, like realistically? Is that like actually the best thing that they could think of? But um anyways, there's a lot of characters that are just like that, like Human Torch for example, or Psylocke. And Psylocke is still good obviously, but I just think that they don't understand the fundamental issues with a lot of these characters. I don't know what it is, but they need to lock in. But either way, I think I'm done ranting. Like either way, you know, Rivals needs to lock in, Netties needs to lock in. Uh, they have a peak game, but they're kind of treating it like trash. So lock in, then you have a perfect game.